Now for global business updates, Rotus Oddiri joins us. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Dr. Abasi. Good morning.
Morning,
Rotus yesterday. Well, he tackled. Yeah, very volatile. Volatility has been the name of the game with the markets yesterday. So he delayed the Iran strike for 5 days. He said that there were talks with Iran. Oil, Brent crude dropped about 11% yesterday. We saw stocks dramatically rise. Even coming into the day, everything was in the negative region. But then here we are now. Brent has rebounded. But not as much as yesterday. We were at 113 this time yesterday. So it fell almost, I think it actually dropped a little bit, really 100, but it's back up again. WTI, that's up. Your RBOB is up. European gas stations, though, those are still hovering around the 56 euro levels. So he did come out, so I'm not going to read this entire thing. He just came out and said that there are talks. This is what spurred the markets off. And in fact, there's been a lot of talks around people insider trading in the Trump administration, because somebody apparently placed a really big bet on oil futures and also on stocks and made a lot of money. And it's been this track record of someone being able to profit off an announcement that's made. Anyway, he said he's talking to somebody. He was asked, here he is, and I mentioned that he had an event in Tennessee and he was going to be, he was speaking with reporters. They said, who are you talking to? He said, someone at a high level. Here's the president.
A top person, don't forget. We've wiped out the leadership phase 1, phase 2, and largely phase 3. But we're dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected and the leader. It's a little tough. We've wiped out everybody.
Is that the Supreme Leader?
No, not the Supreme Leader. We don't.
Not much talk.
Well, nobody heard of the second Supreme Leader, the Son.
Are these direct?
We have not heard from the Son. Every once in a while you'll see a statement made, but we haven't. We don't know if he's living. But the people that seem to be running it, and they seem that based on really fact, because things they've said have taken place.
All right, so this is Iran's Deputy Parliament Speaker Ali Nikzad. He says, we will neither return the Strait of Hormuz to its previous state, nor will we negotiate with someone who is a liar and whom there is no sign of honor, humanity, or conscience. So the Iranians are still saying that they're not talking to anybody. They don't know who Trump is speaking to. So things just move on where they are. So this was the U.S. markets rebounding yesterday, your Dow, S&P 500. Look at the S&P. We're talking about getting to 7,000 points sometime this year, 6,005. So the market's still in a territory where they've retreated because of all the volatility. But by and large, across the board, look at Asian markets this morning. They were bearish yesterday, although, they did ease back a bit. But across the board, you can see, particularly with Australia, with the new deal that they've signed with the EU, we previewed that yesterday. So across the board, markets are up, but things are still on tender hooks, if you will. It's still not sure. So EU and the Australia have signed their deal. Ursula von der Leyen and Anthony Albanese, Prime Minister of Australia. So exports to Australia, 99% tariffs will be removed. Australia's exports to the EU, 97.8. Apparently, this is worth about 8 to 10 billion to the Australian economy. No tariffs on critical minerals, which Australia has, and they've also signed a defense partnership as well. The Nigerian stock exchange did fall yesterday. It kicked off the week on a bearish note, down by about 1%, still up about 26. But we've got some more earnings, and we still talk about the stability of the naira, the business environment, and the rebound that we've seen in the earnings of companies. So for Unilever Nigeria PLC in the consumer goods space, revenues jumping by 43% to 214 billion. The gross profits 62% climb there. Net profits doubling from 15 billion in 2024 to 32 billion in 2025. Stock price closed at 94 naira yesterday. Started the year at about 72 naira, so it's about a 30% upside, outperforming the NGX. So we continue to see encouraging results from companies, and I hear Dangote Sugar is doing a rights issue. And the Minister of Women's Affairs and Social Development, she will be at the NGX today to talk about how capital markets can aid women-owned businesses, social development, and so on. I think closing ceremony later today. So that's our updates for today.
All right, well, thank you so much, Rotus.
This is tomorrow, 1 week or so to recapitalization of the banks.
Yes.
Where are we?
Yes.
Which bank is going to go?
No, they're
Which one is going to survive?
No, they are all the banks. Almost all. That's three. Just 3 banks. Everything, all the banks are here. They're here. But good question, Dr. Abasi.
Yeah, all right, thank you so much, Rotus.